Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing an unboxing for the LootAnime for August 2017. I don't know the theme, so it'll obviously be in the title, but I don't really remember the theme. And the main reason for that is this is one of those accidental purchases where I got LootAnime, I think it was 2 months ago, and I think I skipped over the last month, and I just forgot to cancel it. So, unfortunately, not so unfortunate because I could have returned this, but I saw they show, even though I don't like the spoilers, they show like the big item, and it's from an anime that I really like, and I was like, that's a cool figure. And then the other anime is something that's actually my favorite anime, so I was like, they're lucky this time because I could have returned it, but next time, maybe. I just noticed this though. The manga for this month is ages 16 plus, so I'm excited to check that out. But we'll get right into this. I'm hoping that the anime in here, I don't want to spoil it for people that kind of do what I do, where you kind of avoid the franchises that are showing up. For this one, I actually looked because I'm like, well, if I'm getting one, let me see, what the franchises are. So, the one that I'm really, really looking forward to, that's my favorite anime, it was in a crate before, and the item really sucked. And I believe I have the item right here. So we'll do a little comparison for the items from my favorite anime, and we'll see what the change was. But we'll get right into this. And actually, yep, this is actually perfect. We'll just start off with the big item. Let me get the glasses off so I can see. And the huge item that we actually get is from Gintama. Now, those of you that may not watch Gintama, it is super freaking hilarious. It is one of my favorite comedy anime, but I mistreat it because I started it, geez, that was maybe my third year of college, and I've been out of college for over a year now, over a full year now, and I have to be on episode like 38 or something. Like, I never got past, like, I think season 3 or season 4. Seen a million anime since then, but just I never did like really love it. I've seen the Gintama movie, which is almost like it's basically like a recap of one of the arcs in the actual anime. But I treat it so wrong. Like, I love it. It's so freaking funny, and yet I just never go back to Crunchyroll to watch it. And I don't know if it was because it's one of those like super old anime, and the quality isn't like insanely super cool, epic, 1080p HD type stuff or whatever. But for some reason, I just never went back. I still love it, and it's super funny, but I just never went back. And I always feel crappy about that because I'm like, one of these days, I'm going to totally go back to episode 38 and catch all the way up to episode 5 something. It's not as high as, One Piece levels, but it's super effing up there. Super high up there. So this actually comes in pieces. This is bigger than I thought. I thought it was actually like the size of the box. It is not. It is actually like twice the size of the box, because this is Gintoki is his actual name. But this is his top half. Here's his bottom half, and then here's his katana sheath, and I'm assuming that's just like the stand for one of his feet so that he stands up, which is a cool stand actually. I actually like that idea where you just stick like one of his feet in there, so it's not like he's standing on a full base or anything. It gives you like more almost like invisible coverage. It's not like, oh, there's the black base on the bottom. It's like you can sit it on whatever, and he has a little black base at the back of one of his feet, but you can see like the actual surface of what you put it on. So I think that's actually a cool idea, and seems simple enough. It doesn't really matter. I can't read the instructions because they are actually in Japanese, so I would assume that this item is not a LootAnime exclusive, just a really great item. So I think that's cool. It seems like, it's got all the Japanese on the back. I would, excuse me, have to assume that this is like straight out of Japan, so that's actually very cool. And they're showing it has like an A and a B, and I'm trying to see what the difference is between these two versions, and maybe it'll be in the book, but I really can't tell, because when I look at this, it's like, if it'll zoom in for me, it's got like the fire and then it's the black background, but it shows that there's like a different version. I can't really tell the difference if I'm being totally honest, because it's like, alright, he's got the black armor and stuff. I guess the pants are like slightly blue in the blue background picture, and then this one with the fire, they're like completely gray. So I guess I have the completely gray version. I feel like that's all I can tell is like as far as the difference. So I don't know. I guess the jacket has like less wrinkles. I don't know. I can't really tell the difference out of those two images, but definitely a great figure. This was, of course, the thing that got spoiled for me because Loot Crate does that now, where they show. Yeah, it's smart business. It's just business. Jesus, his hair is insanely sharp. It's just good business. You know, they show off like the greatest item is like, hey, check it out ahead of time. This is the super epic item that's going to be in this month's crate, and then, you know, for people that aren't going to buy it, like I have a year subscription, so for me it's one of those things where it's like I hate seeing every single clue or hint, or I'm like, crap, I don't even like knowing the franchises that are going to be in there. It's like I can know, you know, I can know the theme, and that's totally fine. But I hate knowing the franchises like in any regard whatsoever. So for me, it's like, oh, it sucks every time I see the figure, and it's happened a few times for the normal Loot Crate as well. I don't normally get LootAnime, but same deal. Where it's like every once in a while I'll see it, and I'm like, ah, that sucks. Especially because whenever they show it, it's, you know that that's going to be the best item in there, most likely at least. If you don't like the franchise, then it's like, you know, it's technically it always comes down to personal preference, but typically I always like the figure the most because even if I don't like the franchise, it's just really cool. The figures are always really good. Like even if I don't like the franchise, they're always really good quality. So it's like, nah. But yeah, this figure finally got it out. Oh, it doesn't actually fit. I was wondering if it did, but it does not. It's totally empty. Or it's filled in, actually. It doesn't actually go in, which I think would be great because it is actually curved. That's why I thought you could actually do it where you like sheath it and stuff. But sadly, that's not the case. So I got it. You know, he's not posable or anything like that. Maybe. Okay. Seeing if there's any other, you know, extra differences on here. His sheath actually goes on his pants, which I have to tear them apart. Put this here. It's actually really simple. I like the fact that it's such a nice size figure, but it's like the easiest thing in the universe to put together. I just suck with the plastic. That's why it always takes me forever to put the figures together. But yeah, that's nice and simple. Boom. Gintama. Or Gintoki, if you prefer. So there he is with the blade. Got the sheath underneath. There we go. And that's it. Decent sized figure as well. I definitely love this. I'm going to certainly have some good pictures. So if you guys want to check out Instagram, I'll certainly have some cool pictures of this guy up in the next couple of days. I try to wait just for spoilers and stuff like that for people that may not have gotten the anime crates just yet. But that's certainly cool. I definitely like that. And I guess I'll have to... Yeah, I guess this just, you know, sits right on the back of his foot. So that's a great item. I like that. That's very cool. Nice new figure to have. Probably one of my favorite figures that I've ever gotten out of Loot Crate. So that's really awesome. Move on to the next item. Finally, I know it took forever for me to do all of that, but yeah, cool figure. This we have... Pop this plastic off right here. It's like a... It's not exactly a coin purse. This is from Bungo Stray Dogs. Not familiar with this franchise. I thought it was. It reminded me of something else, but I don't know why. But for some reason, it's like something called like Carnage or something like that. That's what I would always think of. So it's like a little. It's like a booklet. I mean, it's meant to be a book, which is kind of cool. I like that idea. But it is like I can't really even call it a wallet because it's just open space on the inside, so you know it can fit stuff in here. Let's see exactly what they call this. Doesn't have an actual name here, so we'll just check the booklet once we get there. It's definitely a nice padding to it. I like that, so that's pretty cool. I actually like the look of it as well. I like this green and the slight brown on the edges there for the spine of the book. I think that's actually very cool. I like the book aesthetic of it. It's pretty sweet. We got... Okay, so this item that we have here, I guess that does make sense, it would be 16 plus. This item that we have here is the item I was looking for, where I was like, this is my favorite anime, curious what they're going to do with it, can't wait to compare the items. So, what we have here is the Soul Eater #1 manga, which is super freaking cool. I would assume this is, yeah, it says Loot Crate Limited Edition. I would imagine that part of that comes from the epic reflective title that we have here, which is pretty cool. And I'm sure we'll get some more on exactly what is makes it so exclusive. Because I do believe this is the same cover. It's also, I guess the best way to put it, it is three-dimensional. It's raised up the tiniest little bit, like you can feel, excuse me, like where the hat is and stuff like that. So it's raised up a bit. That's a part of it. Not so much down here, unfortunately, because that would be very cool. But top half, like right here, yeah, like right there, I can feel it, and kind of going all the way up to the letters and everything. Then it's kind of solid down here. There would be a lot of detail with the legs and the pumpkin and soul coming out of the scythe and all that stuff. But very cool for sure. And so the other item that I got, this was sometime last year, is the first LootAnime that I ever got. It was like horror themed, and I was like, I have to get that. I love horror in general. I love horror anime, and this is the item I got for Soul Eater. And I was so upset because I was like, it's my favorite anime, and I got the patch, and that's what we got, and that was such a long time ago, so I was super excited to see what it was going to be. I like this. Oddly enough, Soul Eater is not just my favorite anime, it is also my favorite manga. It's the only anime that has ever made me read the manga like as soon as I finished. Like I watched every episode of the anime and I instantly went to read the entire manga, and it's absolutely amazing. If you have not seen Soul Eater, if you have not read it, I'd recommend reading it because it's, like most anime, it was the anime that came out before the manga was ever finished, but I still loved it. So I highly recommend you watch the anime and then read the manga, because once they change from the original story of the manga, you go back and read and it's like, holy crap, I didn't see that coming, because there's drastic changes from what they do, and it's still really cool. To me at least, I thought it was really cool. And then I went back to read the manga and I was like, whoa, that was insanely different from what I was expecting, because I thought some of this stuff was from the anime. I didn't know how much had changed, but it was actually really awesome. I was like, I kind of love the idea of having this super cool anime, and then you go to the manga and it's even better. It is so ridiculously amazing. Like seriously, you should read the manga. It's astronomically phenomenal. And then Soul Eater Not is the prequel series, which I sadly haven't gotten into that yet. I really should, but at some point I'll get into that and just kind of shoot through that just like I did with Soul Eater. But definitely amazing. Highly recommend it. Still waiting for them to do the anime remake. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood got one. I'm just waiting for Soul Eater to get like an official new version of the anime where it follows the entire story of the manga, because it finished like 3 years ago or something like that. But that's awesome. That's very cool. I would have loved it if it was just shirt. That's what I was hoping for, and to be totally honest, I was like, man, I hope the Soul Eater item is a t-shirt. But it sadly was not. And then we have, oh, still got some cool stuff here. We have a Lupin the Third, the Castle of Cagliostro nationwide. That's cool. We'll zoom in on that. There it is. Little dollar bill here. So that's pretty cool. September 14th and 19th, 2-night movie theater event. So as usual, Fathom events, the rare things that pop up every once in a while. You can watch anime stuff. They did one for Ruby where they showed like the entire, I think it was the entire second or third volume or something like that. I can't remember. It was probably the first volume. I can't remember. But they did it as like an entire movie theater experience where it was the entire first season, and it was like a 2-hour movie. Plus they showed some Ruby chibi stuff, but that was obviously like way before season 2 came out, or even season 1 came out. So Fathom event, definitely check that out. Theatrical release September 14th and 19th. Directed by Hayao Miyazaki. That's really cool. Then we have the Miss Kabayashi's Dragon Maid book. This is very cool. I think this is a journal. Yep. Empty journal. Write whatever you like in there. This will probably stay blank forever until I give it away. I love this front cover. That's definitely cool. I love the gold. That's really cool. I'd seen images of this, and now I kind of want to check it out. Like once I found out what this was, I was like, let me check this out a little. And it seems like it's pretty funny, so I might end up watching this, and maybe even reading it. But I think that looks really cool. I just unfortunately will never really get much use out of it unless I start to use it as like a little drawing book or something. But it certainly looks cool. A lot of green in this. Lots of green. And then lastly, we have our pin, which looks like a coffee cup. Like some Starbucks. It is oh, what's that? Well, it says cafe on it. If it'll, I don't even know. Like that's so tiny. I don't know if you can even read the text that says cafe on it. That can't be the actual thing though. I don't think that's the theme, but yeah, it's cafe. It's right in there. I would not expect, I mean, I guess Gintama, yeah, they go to a cafe a lot in Gintama, and they certainly go to one in Soul Eater. At least, like, literally one character does, so I guess that's an easy way to put it in. I like both of those anime, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining, like, it's stretching for cafe, but, you know, cafe, there you go. And, of course, that's the inside of the crate for this month. Coffee boba. Coffee, apple Danish, with a cake. That's pretty cool. And naturally, we have our posters to kind of end things out here. And I suck at like refolding posters, so once I undo these, I'm always trying to figure out like how is it folded up to make sure it's like absolutely perfect. And this is the poster. Oh wow, it's actually like stuck in the middle. There we go. So there's the poster. I guess see the whole thing from top all the way down to the bottom. Pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So go through the items. We have the exclusive Bungo Stray Dogs pouch. Kunikita Doppo's signature notebook is considered his ideal item. Can you blame him? His lone poet ability means any needed object this virtuous, if gullible detective writes out, appears just in the nick of time. Oh, that's actually cool. Might check that out. That just seems like a really cool concept to me. If you're as dedicated to the reputation of the armed detective agency as he is, store your own pre-written notes in this exclusive Bungo Stray Dogs nylon pouch, designed to look just like Kunikita's. Prized pages, you'll be ready for any algebra lesson or plan. Then, of course, we have the Gintama Gintoki Sakata figure. Gintoki Sakata might be known around his alien-occupied town as Odd Jobs Jin. For anyone who doesn't know what Gintama is, it's basically Edo period Japan taken over by aliens, and then they basically, like, it's technically supposed to be modern, but the entire style is Edo period Japan, because that's when the aliens came in, so it stayed that way like forever, and aliens like took over the world, and then they banished all samurai. That's crazy series. It's like, it seems way more serious when you say it like that, and then it comes out, it's like super funny. The serious stuff actually comes from like all the human characters compared to the alien characters. It's like all human relations to the main three characters, like their past and stuff, is where all the drama comes from. The alien stuff is just like, they can kill us all, they rule the world, and that's where all the comedy is. And it's like, it's super weird that all the drama comes from like just the other human characters that they used to be friends with. It's actually, it gets real dark. There's some parts where it's just like, holy crap, this is not the same anime. Really great though, check it out. Odd Jobs Jin. But he's still a rebel samurai at heart. When he's not sparring with Amanto invaders, Ginsan is earning his keep as a freelancer for a price at Yorozuya, which is basically the cafe, I believe. Unless that's the name of the city, I don't really remember. You'll be happy you hired this figure of Gintoki Sakata, Katana at the ready to protect his employees. Definitely awesome show, definitely awesome figure. Of the exclusive Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Journal. Kobayashi is an office worker with a problem. That problem? She agreed to let a dragon maid move in with her after a drunken encounter on a mountain. See, that just makes me want to watch that just from that. Mythical mayhem ensues as Toru takes on a humanoid form and makes herself right at home as a housekeeper for poor Kobayashi. If anyone could use a journal to write about how stressed out they are at work and home, it's this dragon maid's hapless and accidental human boss. The cover of this exclusive journal features the silhouette of Miss Kobayashi's dragon maid. And of course, we have the phone charm, the exclusive Kitty Work For It phone charm. Lace your P-U-R-R. Lace your order for a charming cup of coffee at a cat cafe to keep your phone energized all shift long. And then the final item is our Loot Crate Edition Soul Eater Volume 1 manga. Welcome to Death Weaponmeister Academy, where students learn how to hunt down evil humans. Great student teams include a Weaponmeister and their demon weapon, but they'll also need some quality reading material from the DWMA library. What exactly do you learn in the hallowed halls of a school run by actual literal death? It is death, is like the principle of the school, like death. Educate yourself with volume 1 of the manga, complete with an embossed cover. I did not know that they were licensed by Square Enix. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, that feels off. I still don't think I folded it up right. But this was a nice crate. I like this. Love the figure. Love the manga. Like I said, I wish it was a t-shirt just because I literally read through the whole manga, so it's definitely cool to have this because I did buy the anime on Blu-ray, so it's cool to at least have, you know, the first volume. I probably won't buy the entire manga just because that would take up space, as we all know. I'm in the corner of my room, so clearly space is not really given to me. But I like these items. Nice little thing for Lupin the Third fans, letting you guys know what's happening there. The phone charm is very interesting. I never use the phone charms when I get this anyway, but I think this one's pretty interesting. Where clearly like a Starbucks thing. The Dragon Maid Journal, great cover. Sadly, I don't think I'll use it very much. This, unfortunately, also looks really cool. Don't think I'll really get a lot of use out of it. So for me, I think it's like split right down the middle, where the figure is awesome, and it's an anime that I love. Soul Eater, special edition with the embossed cover. So not only is it a special version, because normally they do variant covers, so this one's, with it being embossed, I think is pretty cool. I don't know if I like that more than a variant cover or not. That's actually really hard to say. I love like embossed covers. I'm a sucker for that sort of thing where you can feel the letters and stuff. Especially with it being something that I finished. I think I can kind of appreciate it a little bit more that it's just an embossed cover rather than a variant version. I think it's cool to have, like, you know, it's the same thing everyone else has, but a little bit more special, just a little bit cooler. So definitely love that. I don't know if the back's the same. Like I said, I never read the physical version of the manga. I did the sites, unfortunately. So I don't know if the back is any different or anything like that. So you guys would have to tell me if you are fans of the manga. But it's definitely awesome to have it, and it does make me want to buy the entire thing because I really loved the stuff that happened, like where the anime like stops. It just gets even crazier after that. So if you watch the anime, I highly recommend you check out the manga. If you have this crate, read the manga. You will love it. Watch the first episode of the anime. The animation for it is absolutely beautiful. It's insane. Has one of my favorite anime openings ever. The first opening looks absolutely amazing. The second opening, the song, it's one of my favorites of all time. So I actually really enjoyed this because the two, I would personally say at least the two best items are also from two franchises that I really love. So it really kicks up this crate for me personally. And then, like, you know, the other items, unfortunately, I just won't ever use those, and I don't know the franchises, but I prefer it be this way compared to, you know, well, actually, no. If I could switch one of the items, I would totally do that, because then I'd have a manga of something I've never read, and then the Soul Eater item I would just love. Even if I never use it, I would like it more. Like, if I got, crap, all I could think of would be, like, Death's Foam Hands. I don't really know what it would be if they did a Soul Eater actual item, outside of the crappy patch that I hated and I was upset about. But I actually like this crate, mostly because of the fact that love Soul Eater, love Gintama, and I'm at least interested to check out those two series based on, like, the little bit that I just read off the poster. But we'd love to know what you guys thought about this crate, of course. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite items in this crate, your least favorite items. If you could switch some stuff around, we'd love to know that. With it being cafe, like I said, I felt like it's kind of a stretch for the Gintama thing and the Soul Eater thing, because it's not like the cafe stuff is really a big part of it. It just happens to show up fairly often. Gintama, it definitely shows up way more because they literally live atop of, it's really more of a bar than they don't really call it a cafe, but semantics, I guess, even though that's two very different things. It's not semantics at that point. But what franchises would you guys have put in here that fit with the cafe theme? Oddly enough, I think Tokyo Ghoul could have fit in here, which is actually the other item that was in the horror crate that I got. It was 2 Tokyo Ghoul shot glasses. But we'd love to know what you guys think, so please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.